का नाश काटने को कर्म पाश देने धर्म का प्रकाश चल पड़े है राम। हर पाप अनाचार हर घोर अंधकार हर भूमिकाएं भार चल पड़े है राम। जय श्री राम। करेंगे धरती निश्चय विहीन राम लेंगे दुष्टता के प्राण छीन। करेंगे धरती निश्चय विहीन राम लेंगे दुष्टता के प्राण छीन। छीन लेंगे दीन की भी सारी दीनता राम आए हर हीन की भी हीनता। छीन लेंगे दीन की भी सारी दीनता राम आए हर हीन की भी हीनता। करने मनुष्य का उद्धार करने विश्व का कल्याण करने पूरा अभियान चल पड़े है राम। जय श्री राम। तीनों लोग धन्य है देवता प्रसन्न है दिग्विजय की आस है। सेना में उमंग जोश की कमी कोई नहीं राम पे विश्वास है। श्री राम संग लक्ष्मण भी कर्म लेके धनुष बाण चल पड़े। सुग्रीव जामवंत नील नल अंगद छाती तार चल पड़े। उसे बचाए कौन जिसके अंत को है भगवान चल पड़े। बलधाम हाथ वानरों का काम करने अद्भुत संग्राम चल पड़े हैं राम। जय श्री राम। Everyone, जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम। करने पापियों का नाश काटने को कर्म पाश देने धर्म का प्रकाश चल पड़े हैं राम। जय श्री राम। जय श्री राम। करेंगे धरती निश्चय विहीन राम लेंगे दुष्टता के प्राण छीन। करेंगे धरती निश्चय विहीन राम लेंगे दुष्टता के प्राण छीन। छीन लेंगे दीन की भी सारी दीनता राम आए हर हीन की भी हीनता। छीन लेंगे दीन की भी सारी दीनता राम आए हर हीन की भी हीनता। करने मनुष्य का उद्धार करने विश्व का कल्याण करने पूरा अभियान चल पड़े। जय श्री राम। 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 जय श्री राम।
So singing aloud the slogans of victory in the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra, the army of the Lord reached Lanka. And now Ravan was apprised of the fact that the army of Vanars and Rikshas, a huge army, a magnanimous army, under the leadership of those ascetics, Shri Ram and Lakshman, it has reached Lanka. And Ravan, he started a yajna. He performed a yajna, and next morning he sent his efficient commanders to combat with Lord Ram's army. The commanders came to the battlefield they started the combat with Lord Ram's army, there were huge flocks of demons, groups of demons, and they had very fancy weapons, artillery. They were riding horses, elephants, they had elaborate chariots. But the army of our Lord, that was barefoot, they were walking. They had very simple weapons. All they had was the power of spirituality with them and the Lord by their side. So the enthusiasm of these troops of Lord Ram was so much that they defeated all these demons on day one itself. And those in which a bit of prana was left, they went to Ravan in his palace in Lanka, and they apprised him of the fact that everyone has been slain by the army of Lord Ram in the battlefield. Then Ravan used to send his commanders every day with huge flocks of demons, but every day the army of Lord Ram would slay them and there would be heaps of dead bodies in the battlefield. So now what Ravan did was he went to his brother Kumbhakaran, who was a giant demon, a very great body he had. So Ravan told him that now you have to go with your troops. So Kumbhakaran, with the troops of his demons, he came to the battlefield. Kumbhakaran was expert in wars. He had wars with deity Indra and Vivaswat Yam also, and he had been victorious in those wars. So he was very confident that he'll be slaying Lord Ram's army. But what happened was, Kumbhakaran was slayed by the army of Lord Ram. His troops were also smashed to dust. And when this news reached Ravan, now it was a blow for him. Now he called his son, his eldest son Meghnath, and he sent Meghnath with his troops to the battlefield. This Meghnath, he has very special missiles, divine missiles, which he has got from the deity Brahma himself. He has Brahmastra as well. So this Meghnath, with him, when these the Vanar army had the combat, they were defeated for consecutive days. But at the end of few days, at the end of 4-5 days, finally Lakshman killed Meghnath as well as all his troops. He smashed them to dust. And now when this news reached the ears of Ravan, he was very angry, he was full of wrath, and he was ferocious. So now he got onto his chariot. He decided that now I shall myself go to the battlefield. Now he has an elaborate chariot which is loaded with missiles, artillery, weapons, and he admonished his personal commanders and he told them, if anyone backs from the battlefield, he will be slain by me. So everyone is quite enthusiastic under the leadership of Ravan to go to the battlefield. And at the same time, queens of Ravan, they started lamenting. And Ravan, who was a knower of the Vedas, he told them that this world is impermanent. Don't cry for me. Don't lament for me. If you want to do anything, go and perform tapas. Go and perform tenacity and pray. Pray for the demon clan. Don't waste my time. And saying thus, Ravan went through his chariot. He reached the battlefield. And the moment the army of Vanars and Rikshas had a look at Ravan and his chariot and his weapons and his missiles, his commanders, they were like awestruck. They were shocked to see such glory. And at that time, Vibhishan, the youngest brother of Ravan, he comes to Sri Ram and he says that, "O Lord, Ravan has come to the battlefield on such an elaborate chariot. His chariot is loaded with missiles. And look at us. Our army does not have even a single chariot. Even you are standing on the ground barefoot. Our warriors don't even have armors. So how are we going to combat this warrior, this ferocious warrior? I'm really scared." And at that time, Sri Ram, our Lord Ramchandra, he shared his pearls of wisdom standing there on the battlefield. He told Vibhishan about a divine victory chariot on which his army is standing today. And he promised him, he said, he prophesied actually, he said, this chariot which our army has is going to fetch us victory at all costs. So what is this chariot about that Sri Ram has shared in terms of pearls of wisdom within the battlefield? Let's hear that. The victory chariot.
भजन सारथी सुजाना मेरे चरम संतोष कृपाना काल पर सुबुद्धि भक्ति प्रचंड बल विज्ञान कठिन को दंडा
Chariot of victory, snow-finish flag, a field for good conduct and truth. Strength, wisdom, self-control, kindness, forgiveness, compassion, calmness, the harness, the reminiscence of Almighty, the charioteer provision. Detachment is shield, the contentment, sport of vision. Charity that acts, intelligence, power of man's God's realization. The bow of excellence, your steady mind, help me be kind, gratitude of the vengeance, the arrows align, adoration of the matter, the armor impenetrable, and to get there, no one made more favorable. One wants such a chariot, dear friend, he shall have no enemy to conquer or contend. महा अजय संसार रिपु जीत सके सो भी जाके हसरत होई सुलह सखावत भी महा अजय संसार रिपु जीत सके सो भी